What is happening, everybody? Avi Weisfogel coming to you live from New Orleans. This is exciting. We are here with our group, International Academy of Sleep, for our annual Halloween retreat. And let me tell you, this is the most fun weekend for any dentist that you'll ever have. So just keep this in mind. If you ever want to be part of just the greatest weekend you'll ever have as a dentist, it is the International Academy of Sleep Halloween retreat, which this year is in New Orleans, next year is in Las Vegas, and the year after that, who knows? Up to the members. That being said, this video is all about how to avoid lawsuits and how to avoid anything when it comes to your license. Lord knows I have no interest whatsoever in dealing with the dental board and licensing issues. So how to ever avoid getting your license taken from you? Because let's face it, when you come out of dental school with, when I graduated, probably $300,000 of debt, and nowadays almost $600,000 of debt, you know what you get for that? A piece of paper. You do not have your dental degree. Yes, you're technically a doctor, but not necessarily a practicing doctor. You now have to take a test, right, which we all know is the boards, to be able to practice. And this is only for certain areas of the country. Insanity. We can't even agree that if you pass the test, you could practice wherever. And then that little piece of paper called your license can be taken away at any time by a random group of strangers, all of whom believe that they're better than you. This is fact, guys. If you've gone in front of the dental board, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Nothing gave me more pleasure in my life than going up to them and saying, hey, see this license? Now, think about that. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my just to get my license. And then to be able to go and do that in front of a board was, I'm telling you, one of the most fulfilling moments of my life, but in reality, sounds insane. Is that something that you're willing to do? In reality, I don't know. I don't know that it's the right move. If I could do it over in my life, would I have done it that way? Don't know, but here's the reality. It didn't matter to me in my working career. The only thing that mattered to me at all is here now working with International Academy of Sleep. People could say, don't work with that guy, he's not a dentist. Well, I tell you guys that all the time. I am not a dentist. I am a healthcare entrepreneur. I work in the field of healthcare. However, because of my background in dentistry, I am now here working with dentists galore. So wouldn't you like to get to the point where your license didn't matter? I'm not saying you'd have to give it up. You should keep it forever. But wouldn't you like to get to the point where it didn't matter whether you had one or not? Wouldn't you like to get to the point where you honestly are lawsuit proof? That's a really cool place in life to get to. So how do we do this? Certainly not with the traditional model of dentistry, because there you are certainly relied on. You rely on your license. Without it, you don't have a business. You can own practices through the DSO loophole, but you can't really own a practice in the way that you might traditionally want to own a practice. Right? So how do corporations do it? Little loopholes. This is for another different day, but not for today. Today is more about, hey, how are you going to get yourself into a point where you can avoid lawsuits and never have to worry about any type of board or licensing again? And to me, that's about creating a freedom where you can act as a dentist, right? But don't require certain things to run your business. So what do we teach? We teach everyone to open up a durable medical equipment company, a DME company, which we call the treatment company. This treatment company can be owned by anybody, not just dentists, as opposed to dental practice. We need a dentist to work for this corporation. Now, this dentist could be you, but then again, you're tying yourself, or you're tying this procedure to you. Why is it that the associate model is not more popular in dentistry? I'm going to answer my own question because it's just me talking to myself here. The answer is because the margins on profit in dentistry are very slim. If you're paying someone 30 to 35% of collections, production, however you do it, and your overhead's 65 or 70%, that means you just gave away your entire profit to an associate. So you have to work the associate model really tight in order for that to work. I'm not sure why people don't think about that. I hear people hiring specialists all the time at 40 to 50%. They're giving away, they're basically losing money by bringing this procedure in-house. It doesn't really make sense. That being said, create a durable medical equipment company where you can hire a dentist. Now, this procedure is going to run at an overhead of 25-30%. So even if you did give away 30%, which you never would because that's not how this field works, you're going to give a flat fee of $250. That's it. And think about it. Always think about things on the reverse. What were to happen if somebody offered you a job of taking 10 impressions a day, $250 per impression, walk away, you just made $2,500 for a day? It's a pretty good living. Honestly, probably better living than most people have. So if you had the ability to make $12,500 profit weekly just for taking impressions, would you do it? And then, because obviously it makes sense, say, well, of course I would. I mean, who's making $500,000, $600,000 as a dentist without headache? My answer is nobody. However, these types of things are possible when you enter the realm of dental sleep. Now, I'm going to add this in, and this is not in any way meant to bash anyone. This is just facts. Dental sleep is still not being taught right. It's still the usual, learn the science, do this, do that. It isn't teaching you the business. You are not left with a way of getting patients. You are not left with a way of getting paid. This is what we focus on at the International Academy of Sleep. So if you want to get involved in sleep, you want to bring in another $500,000 in income. I mean, who even thinks of adding that? Could you imagine an implant ad that said, learn implants and add $500,000 in profit? Nobody would have that. On the other hand, this is real, guys. $500,000 in profit in dental sleep is not that difficult. Starting from scratch, it'll take you 2 years max, done the IAOS way. Jump on in. This is the coolest business around. And guess what? You are now license proof, lawsuit proof, and what a position to be in. I hope to see you at the next Halloween retreat, 2020 in Las Vegas. This one is going to just be the best weekend of the year, as it always is. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.